Everyone's been in a situation where they've been uncomfortable somewhere and they've had to act comfortable to fit in. Or they've been in a situation where they're angry at someone and they don't want to show it. They're acting like they're not angry. It's all an act, bro. Life is an act. It's an act, bro. Crazy, bro. It's gonna sit well with the audience, bro, because we're in that dream where, and I've never seen a film of a young actor. I've seen a young basketball, football, baseball player. I've seen rappers, musicians, you feel me? I've never seen the struggle of a young actor, especially in an urban city environment, like in New York, trying to make it, bro.
So what are the struggles of a young actor in New York City?
Being stereotyped.
What do you mean? Don't skip past it.
No, yeah, that's the first one. You would be stereotyped. I would be stereotyped as an actor because look at all the roles that I've played, bro, that I've had the opportunity to play. And this is good. This is good talk for like an episode right here, bro, because I'm going to go deep, bro. I've gotten a lot of opportunities. Not even a lot. I take that back. I've gotten a handful of opportunities that have been great for me, bro. Pusha T, Dave East. Although my homies booked me for those roles, shout out to Kid Art and Cartier. Although they booked me for those roles, I was a drug dealer. I was getting busted for selling drugs. Wolves, Tribeca Film Festival. I got a chance to be a high school basketball player, bro, but I was the rival of the clean cut, you know, Caucasian kid who, and I liked his approach on that film because I've never followed a film that went on the journey of a Caucasian kid that came from privilege. And his journey in that role was to find toughness, bro, you feel me? Because he had everything given to him. So he had his own little thing, but I played his rival, and I was Eduardo Jimenez, a Spanish kid who talked a lot of junk, you feel me? Fast talking, cocky. I get those type of roles. Aside from being stereotyped, you're not getting those opportunities. So think about that. If you're not getting stereotyped, whether you are or you aren't, you then have to deal with not getting the opportunities. So even the opportunities that you do get, they still might be a fraction because it's only the stereotypical roles. It's not a stretch, you feel me? They don't like going for those stretches unless they feel like you've been a seasoned actor and you've done things. And it's like, well, how am I supposed to do things if I'm not getting the shot?
So does that affect what you think young actors are shooting for?
Yes.
And then even preparing themselves for it because they know
I think
that those
a lot
roles,
of young actors
not even
should
getting a shot for it.
I think a lot of young actors should start the journey that like I've embarked on as an actor, trying to shoot your own shit. And here's why: because we live in this society, in this world, bro, with so much access. You even touched on that in the other cast. Like, yo, we have so much access. We can shoot a movie on our cell phone. So why are you waiting to be casted as the slave? Why are you waiting to be casted as the husband who cheats? Or why are you know what I mean? Why are you the best friend of the lead actor? You get what I'm saying? And nothing against that. Nothing against those actors at all, because I still would do that. You feel me? I still go on auditions. I still do that.
But why?
A, to play the game, and because I do want those roles, because in my head, I want to prove it to myself that I could be on those sets and I can execute and do it. And it's also to play the game because in this game, who you've worked with and what you have done means a lot.
What do you think the ratio is for who you know versus what you're actually capable of?
I say 70-30.
That's fucked up.
It's very fucked up, but I think it's pretty spot on. Think about how many people in positions that you feel personally, you feel like within your career, your industry, that you feel like if I had that opportunity, I would kill it on another level. But they didn't get that because of, you know, their work spoke volumes. Maybe it did. Maybe that was enough to have them like solidify, get them validity. But maybe their vibe was right. Maybe they were in the right place at the right time.
Fortune favors the prepared, man.
Yeah.
And I think about that often where, we all get a little bitter because we start feeling like, well, if somebody would have offered me that same opportunity that they offered the other person, then I'd knock it out the box too, or maybe even take it further than the person who got it. But at the same time, what I always respect is that the person that got it did their thing when they got that shot.
Yep.
But that's any industry.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And I guess I asked the question because I wanted to hear something different. I wanted to hear something more positive.
Yeah, maybe they was, nah.
Yeah, I was like, you know what you got? Because people put so much emphasis on the craft of acting that I want to believe that with so much emphasis on the execution of the thing, that the execution of the thing would take, you know, the primary spot over the fact that you my man.
You know you're capable of doing it, but it's a bit overwhelming because in some regards you don't realize how much work goes into it until you dive into it. You know, there's writing, there's like cameramen, there's directors, there's executive producers, there's location scouting, like there's everything.
Set design,
yeah, set design, costume, wardrobe, all of that. Yeah, sound, like it's a lot that goes into it. But you become better equipped so that when you go back on these sets and stuff, I feel more confident because I've been working outside of just waiting for those opportunities. And then who better to tell our stories than ourselves?
I agree with you and I disagree with you.
Why? What would be your disagrees? Because obviously, if you agree, we know why you would agree. But
right, and so I say disagree only because some people are well equipped.
Not everybody can tell that story.
Right, but not everybody can tell their own story.
Right.
So it seems crazy, but you know, you look at a film like, but a slave didn't write it. Slave didn't write Amistad. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the people who did write those films though were very in touch with like.
Being in touch with it, right? But being in touch with it and being it are different.
Oh, for sure, night and day. Because like you said in the other episode, it's like the people who laid that groundwork and did all of that stuff don't even get to like reap all of their benefits because their lifespan isn't even long enough. We might be cut short.
Bro, look at hip hop as a culture. Forbes said Jay-Z's worth $900 million, which would make him one of the more richer minorities in the hip hop culture. If not, quote unquote, the richest. Again, I don't have the stat sheet in front of me.
Yeah.
But I say all that to say he didn't invent hip hop culture.
Nah.
But yet he seems to be benefiting off of it so greatly. Now, if let's say I'm Kool Herc, maybe he never saw 900 M's, right? And but if he didn't do what he did, then it wouldn't set Sean Carter up to be, you know what I'm saying, to receive so much.
Yeah.
Takes nothing away from Jay-Z's success, and it takes nothing away from Kool Herc's success. It doesn't always line up the way you think it would, at least on paper. You said before about people following their passion. And acting always comes across to me as one of those things that nobody signs up to do because they just want to do a hard job. Or something that people think they want to do because they know it pays. In the sense that people will sign up for a skill, like, oh, I'm going to be a plumber, because they know that it's in demand, it's going to always be in demand, things are always going to need to be fixed, repaired. Somebody could sign up for that, have no love for the plumbing science, but know that this is a job that's always going to pay them forever.
Yep, they know it's security.
Right. Flip to acting, that doesn't seem to be the case in acting. So everybody in acting is passionate about it. So what is it like when you are passionate about something that you may never realize success in just because of the sheer lottery nature, it seems, of the acting world?
Might be cut short or something like that.
You know, like how do you...
What happens if you go a whole career of acting never meeting the right people? And people never appreciating what you do until you're gone.
It's like a basketball team. There's only 12, 15 players on the basketball team, but there might be 1,500 people in the organization. So does that feel similar? If you were to realize success, let's say as a writer, but not as an actor, would you still feel like your passion was served, or would you still have that hunger to be in front of the camera?
It was never being like in front of the camera. That was never like the main focus and goal, be in front of the camera and do everything in front of the camera, For me, it was create, help create projects. Like, and it's never been, oh, I want to be an actor because I want to consistently work and I want to consistently book gigs and I want to consistently, and you know, that's the goal of every actor. But for me, it was, I want to act and meet the right people and shoot the things that I want to shoot, until I came to that point where it's like, I'm going to start doing it on my own. And I feel like when you take that initiative, you do meet the type of people that you need to meet, because it's like you're meeting people who also want to do that. And now, since you don't have this structure to play by, you can actually do it. You get what I'm saying? Like,
it's funny how you said every actor's goal is to, you know, find a lot of gigs, not
every actor's goal,
but not to make the greatest movie ever or greatest show ever. Is crazy.
They just want to get work continued. They want to be on a show. Most actors, like, for real, they want the common goal in the acting world is to
always be working.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. What would you rather if someone gave you two definitive choices? You could be the best actor. You could win the best actor role one year at the Oscars. You could win it once and then have no success after that. But people will recognize you for being the greatest for that one film. Or you could have C-level consistent success where you're always picking up, you know, 200, 250K a role, and you're doing, you know, 10, 12 roles a year and financially taken care of, but you're never gonna be like super duper respected for your ability to act. Not that it should be, it's not that it should define you, but once you win an Oscar,
that's like the greatest achievement that people don't see anything past that.
Even being nominated for it.
Yeah.
What you said earlier about that's what they put on your tombstone.
Yeah, it's kind of like a black shadow over your career, most like they say.
Which would you choose?
It's a great question. It can't be that simple of an answer because of how we are in today's world.
Mm-hmm.
And hear me out. Everybody has so much access to put out whatever, whenever, however they want it. Things don't last as long as they did back then.
True.
Because you're getting so much that you can forget.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, it'd be great. I would probably choose, I would want to have that one solid role that people would like know me for, and it was like, man.
So that's the glory over the money.
Yeah. And at this point now, it's not even about the money for real. It's like, yeah, you want to make the consistency and you want to work, but because there's so much of it now, people are just trying to make as much substance rather than like focusing on one thing and really honing in on that and doing that. That's why people are banging out movies left and right and shooting the 3 films in a year. People used to do like a film every year or something like that. You feel me? It used to be so different. So to answer your question, at this point, I don't even think it's about that big role, or I don't even think it's about the money. I think it's about just being happy creating the content that you want to create, and that's what I want to do. Like, I just want to be happy with the content that I'm leaving in the world. People are still gonna fumble across my stuff, so it's about what I left and who I worked with and what impression, you feel me, did I leave on the world with my work. Like, people's attention spans are too short. That's why Instagram is huge for 1-minute clips, and people do a lot of things geared towards just Instagram. People drop trailers on Instagram because people love quick fixes. People love to be attached and then let it go and then continue with the rest of their day. Like,
people can be conditioned to love what's plentiful. For example, if we knew how to grow oranges in our backyard, we would learn to love oranges because they're made available to us. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't even know if people love having shorter attention spans as much as they love the overabundance of quality short material that's made available. It almost feels like the answer to it is to not limit yourself to acting as an expression.
Why not make yourself a triple, quadruple threat where it's like you're in the room with these people, you're on set with these people, and when you're talking to these people, you can also talk their talk. That's like, that is an actor, yo. Acting is within all of us, bro. You are an actor. I am an actor. Your mother is an actor, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your future son, daughter is an actor, and here's why. Because everyone's been in a situation where they've been uncomfortable somewhere and they've had to act comfortable to fit in. Or they've been in a situation where they're angry at someone and they don't want to show it. They're acting like they're not angry. It's all an act, bro. Life is an act. It's an act, bro. It's an act. Like, who is true self aside from your morals and, like, you know, your priorities? Who are you really? Every day you leave your house, you're communicating is an act. When people go to the workplace and they play the workplace game, that is an act, bro, and they are acting it well. And then you say you can't act in front of the camera. No, you can. It's just the elements that acting brings, like a lot of people watching you and you really zoning in on emotions. That stuff's hard. But you act every day of your life. Every day.
So then why do some people make $20 million a hit for it?
Because the difference between portraying that on camera is really being able to connect with emotions despite surroundings. The actors who are great make you forget that you are watching a film.
This is a fact.
You
but it's
get
not,
lost.
and you know what?
And the director,
I can't
and
about to say, exactly.
And the writers,
all of
and
that.
The costume design.
Even the person down to the person who decided that this was going to be the color and the shadows and shit
exactly.
like that. Yeah.
The reason I say the actors is because all of that matters.
Yeah.
And they matter so much that when the actor gets in front of camera, the actor could shit on everything you did just because their performance could be that dry, that you forget the wardrobe and how dope the set was and how great the shot was.
Nah, keep going, because people don't understand. There's so much that goes into it.
Yeah, bro.
Is that the pressure that kills an actor, though?
Yes,
Because
it's the pressure.
Because you walk into set and you're like, damn, somebody.
I have
the
to
set
cry.
design,
Yeah.
the markers,
everything's
all
put
that
in place
shit.
for me to execute tears 40 times in a row if it needs to be shot. 40 times in a row.
Do your job.
And that's what makes an actor an actor. Can you tap into those emotions
On cue.
on cue? That's it. You're acting every day of your life, but can you connect on
sense.
cue?
Right,
that is an
right.
actor.
Everybody can act, but can you act on
Despite
cue?
surroundings.
Yeah.
It's those two things. It's can you connect on cue despite surroundings, bro? Think about green screen room actors. I got so much respect for them because there's nothing going on by them, bro. So for them to play it so well where it makes sense with what the editors do, it's like dating someone you've never met before.
Right.
But it's a match made in
But it works.
heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Huh.